One guy who always maybe keeps it a buck, maybe he doesn't keep it a buck, maybe he stirs the pot a little bit is one Colin Cowherd. He was fired up the other day because evaluations are coming out about each and every NFL team. And wherever you look at it, whether it be Forbes or not, the Dolphins are in the upper end of valuable teams. Some places in 11th, some places as high as 8th and 7th overall most valuable organization if they were to be evaluated for price. So Colin Cowherd, of course, talked a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys, who we know are the most valuable team in the NFL as far as money is concerned. Jerry Jones does a good job with that. Maybe not with leading the team as far as on the field, but off the field, it is a big-time business. But Colin Cowherd moved on very quickly to talk about he didn't like the evaluation of our Miami Dolphins.
I am always amazed at how overvalued the Dolphins are, and I'll tell you why. It's a distracted market with the world's best beaches, arguably, a transient market, and the average incomes are $55,000 per fan. So that's not a lot of money for game day revenue. I've never understood that. It's a very distracted, transient market that doesn't necessarily always draw well. It's not a corporate hub. So when you look, this is why I don't get valuations. It's not a knock on Miami, but where are the Minnesota Vikings? They're not in the top half. It's a corporate hub. No competition from a beach or even a college football program to take, money away or people away. It's not a highly transient market. They have the Vikings below Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Miami. Has anybody ever been to Minnesota? It's like got some of the highest, most educated people, highly corporate, good annual revenues. You're not distracted. Maybe the best stadium in the league. Every seat is taken. They have very good local, radio revenues. I have never figured this out.
Okay, let's keep it a buck with Colin Cowherd right there. Break it down. Number one, he was saying, I'm not mad at Miami. I'm not hating on the Dolphins, but he is kind of hating on the Dolphins and their fan base a little bit. Another thing, some of the points he brings up are true. It is somewhat of a transient market here in Miami. It is a lot of transplants. It is a lot of people that are here for a while, not here for a while. A lot of the people that live here maybe aren't so much American football fans. It is not a quote unquote corporate hub, but I don't see what any of that has to do with an evaluation and how valuable a team is. Then he goes on this Minnesota rant about, have you been to Minnesota? Yes, I have.
Yeah, but you got to understand what's Cowherd. Cowherd has guys that he really loves in the NFL.
But there's no college football team to compete with except the Minnesota Golden Gophers, which is right next door to where the stadium is, where the Vikings play. So that's a little bit.
It's Cowherd, bro.
So first of all, Miami Dolphins, they're evaluated for not just how good they are, because once again, Cowboys, they're the standard when it comes to business. They're evaluated how much they're valued. This is a team that has a huge complex and facility with the Hard Rock Stadium. They have corporate sponsors. They have season tickets sold out with a waiting list. And whether you like it or not, the Miami Dolphins are a national brand. Everywhere you go, I am outside of Jets fans, and really, they're your biggest rivals. Everywhere you go, people love the Dolphins. Living in South Louisiana, people love the Dolphins. I never found about somebody in South Louisiana that says, I hate the Dolphins. Love the Dolphins. Living up in Wisconsin, of course, they love Green Bay. Nobody had hate for the Dolphins. Living in California, love for the Dolphins. I go different parts of the country. I'm going to be in the Grand Canyon in a couple of weeks. I'll walk around Vegas, or I'll walk around the Grand Canyon with a Dolphin shirt on, and someone's like, hell yeah, man. It is a national brand. That adds the value to your team. The fan base, whatever they make, I don't see how that makes that big of a difference to the evaluation of your team. Whether the median income is $55,000 a year doesn't make your team more or less valuable. And once again, season tickets are sold out with a waiting list. So that makes it a little more valuable. I thought Colin Cowherd, although he did bring up some points, which I'm keeping it a buck. I understand where he's coming from saying that. I don't understand how he's trying to diminish the value of the Miami Dolphins. To me, that doesn't make sense.
It's crazy how 12 months change. A year ago, they were the team, the franchise that everybody wanted to play for. They got the A grade?
A grade, yep, 100%.
And then a year later now.
That was a bad look the year that we got 100% and we're the best team to play for. We lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round of the playoffs. The Kansas City Chiefs went on to win the Super Bowl.
And they had
the worst grade. They had the worst grade in the NFL.
And then and what we said, that doesn't matter about the facilities. It got to the point where they were like, "Oh, we need to take the table tennis court away."
That was a long time ago. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, it was just that's what the Miami Dolphins were being referred to. Now it's a year different. A year later, everything's different. They're not there's not harmony in the locker room. We just talked about a segment before about Tyreek and his status with the organization, with the players, especially with his quarterback. We know Chris Greer. Everybody wants Chris Greer fired. He's on the foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel's on the foreman. He's definitely on the foreman. Tua's on the foreman just by proxy, because if Mike McDaniel gets let go, Tua's probably gone too.
I would expect if you find a new general manager, that new general manager, no matter who he or she is, wants their own.
Everybody wants their own.
And I don't blame them.
It's your job now. You're running the show, so you bring your own. So yes, this is an important season for the Miami Dolphins and the decision makers. Because I don't think Stephen Ross wants to go through another year. Boss Ross don't want to go through another season like this. The assessment of Colin,
but I look
where there's some truth to it, it's not all the way there.
I think he was using a lot of smoke and mirrors, because the value of your team isn't so much how rich your fan base is and how many corporate businesses are in your city. It's how much corporate sponsors you have for your team. It's what your facilities are like. We know the Dolphins have top-notch facilities, if not the best facilities, with the best practice facilities, with their own grass, which also is part of the evaluation of the team when it comes to the Forbes list and the money, the national reach of the team, the contracts the team has with other media outlets. That all goes into it. Whether your fan base makes $1 billion median income or doesn't, that doesn't matter. You're selling, and he's talking about they're not always in attendance at games. Well, yeah, I hate to break it to Colin Cowherd, but the Dolphins have sold out season tickets for years with waiting lists.
It's so easy to go by that narrative of the fans.
Exactly.
But they don't, he's in LA. So he doesn't know what's really going on down here. He's just going by what I hear, but nobody knows what's going on here. And it doesn't sell if he knows the facts. It's better content if he just says, "Oh, the fans they got so much to do. It's South Beach, it's everything." While that is true, the fans are out here.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, there's a lot of transplanted Northeasterners. There's a lot of transplanted Midwesterners. There's people from the West Coast that move down to
There's
South,
people from
South
another
Florida.
continent that live on.
We all know there's a lot of from different countries and different continents in South Florida. So yes, there is going to be a variety of things to do, but as long as you have a great product out there, people are going to go.
So there's a lot of distractions here in Miami. Some of the world's best beaches, as he said, arguably. Thank you, Colin, for that. So you're saying that a city that has a lot of attractions shouldn't be as valued because there's too much other to do. So with that assessment, LA, New York, they have plenty of great things to do besides go to a football game. Does that devalue the teams? According to Colin Cowherd, by his reasoning, yeah. LA has great beaches. LA has all types of stuff to do. New York, city that doesn't sleep. Should it devalue the team? He's not keeping up and saying, well, devalue the Giants, devalue the Chargers. No. He specifically said beaches. He's specifically saying that because why? Well, he doesn't want to go after LA because he lives there. And two, he's a hater. It's easy to hate on Miami and the Dolphins for a lot of reasons, but it's mostly inside your own heart. You're mad that you're not here. You're mad that this team is valuable. And now you're just trying to make excuses. But yeah, he did bring some points. He brought valid points, and we're going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it real. There were valid points in there, but for the most part, and once again, it's saying whenever you say this, Vlad, I'm not knocking the Dolphins. Well, you are, because if you have to even explain that you're not knocking the Dolphins, you are. So that's just keeping it a buck, man. But nonetheless, the evaluation is the evaluation. The money is the money. The number is the number. And whether you like it or not, that's what it is. And once again, the Dolphins are a national brand. I don't care what anybody says. They are a national brand. Everybody keeps an eye on the Dolphins, loves the Dolphins. Everywhere I go, people know about the Dolphins, care about the Dolphins. So, yeah. All right. Well, keeping it a buck. I like this Dolphins team. And where the evaluation stands, and median fan base, salary, I don't know what that has to do with anything. That doesn't value or undervalue your team. So, I don't know.